Hello everyone. Look at me. 3 years before I stood in this camera like this. And I don't know, maybe I'm looking alright, maybe I'm not. Who knows? Margaritaville at sea. Today. Again. Again you called me this morning. Again you called me this morning. Today we are going to tell the whole story of Margaritaville at sea cruise, the complete entire version. So grab yourself a drink and sit down and watch what's about to happen. We go back to 2018, somewhere around there. Not exactly sure the date, but it was definitely before COVID, that's for sure. And we got a cruise line called Margaritaville at sea, and a family member wants to go on this cheap ass cruise, convinces me to go along with him. Come along for the ride. Isn't that always how it starts, right? So camera fell over. I'll cut it out. It's 2018. A family member convinces me to go on a vacation. Let's go on a little cruise. Let's go to Margaritaville. Yeah. Hey, let me use your phone number. Hello, everyone. We're here to talk about my Margaritaville at sea adventure. It doesn't even involve the cruise ship. How is that? We're going to go back to 2018 when one day a family member said, "Hey, want to go on a cruise with me? It's cheap." I said, "Sure. Why not?" He said, "Hey, can I use your phone number? They want a number to contact me if I'm on the boat." I said, "I guess that'll be all right. Here's my phone number. We'll go on this lousy cruise and come home. That's it." What happens then? They start calling me. 2018, 2019, 2020. Hey, maybe they'll stop. It's COVID. No one's going anywhere. But the telemarketer agents are working from home. They can call, they can make phone calls, they can do their job. And I couldn't work, but I could waste their time. So we had a great time during COVID. I'd keep those stupid son of bitches on the phone for an hour, 2 hours. I had one guy on the phone for 4 hours. And then I dropped the line. You think you're gonna sell me a cruise? How many people you think you could have talked to during the time we've been talking? How many of those people might have actually bought a cruise? How much money are you going to make at the end of today? Suddenly, some people would get these answers in their head real quick and realize that they just screwed their day up. Some people would take a little while to explain it a little more. I'd say, "What do you think your paycheck's going to look like next week when I hang up the phone and say fuck you? Huh? What do you think? Be a few bucks short? I hope you get a sale tomorrow." I try really hard on Friday because I know Fridays all the good salesmen get to go home because they made their money that week. All the shitty ones, they gotta work. They gotta get that last sale in. Get that quota, right? That's it, the telemarketer, get that quota. The COVID ends. I'm tired of playing that game. I'm going back to work. Right? They still call. I say, "All right, guys, it's been fun, you know. It's been entertaining. I've had a lot of good laughs and whatnot. And it's got to stop. I'm not going on your cruise. I'll never go on your cruise." The response? "Well, sir, we're going to call you till you do." I said, "Sir, I'm never going to go on your cruise. Never, ever. If I go on a cruise, it'll be any other cruise line and every cruise line but yours." "Oh, I understand that, sir, but we're still going to call you till you go on our cruise." And that was how that call ended. And then that became the line for a while. Had several people use that on me. "We're just going to call you till you do go on it." I guess that's fair enough, right? That's how it works. You get my number and you can just call as much as you want, whenever you want. You can call from numbers that I can't call you back at. I used to be able to call them back. They used to be able to call from numbers that were real numbers. And man, I had some good times then. I'd call and threaten to go in there with the AR-15, you know, whatever I could. I'm a disabled guy with a fucking bicycle, you know. I was hoping I could get the cops to show up here maybe one day. Because somebody would have had to file a police report, call the cops, right? That person's name would have to be somewhere. Whatever happened, eventually, I would see that paper. Whether it was on a courtroom table, in Discovery, I'd see that name. I'd never forget it. I'd never forget it. It'd be like Charles Manson, right? You don't, everybody knows that name. You never forget that once you hear it, right? I mean, shit. So, where are we at now? What, 2022, 2023, 2024? You know, this person that went on this cruise with, I don't even talk to them anymore. They're a fucking maggot. When all that shit happened in COVID, I said, you know what? You can get the fuck out of here. You can take your Trump-loving ass and fucking kiss it off goodbye. I still feel that to this day. I called that motherfucker this morning and told him, hey, you better get these people to stop fucking calling me. Because now I'm on a new mission. It died down for a while. You might have seen I posted a video up maybe a year or two ago. Just screaming at the phone because I was so mad that day. But I said I wasn't going to make this video. And then, you know, I decided I am going to make it. Because I need something to put in the Margaritaville comments when I start, you know, posting in the comments. Because I'm just going to go back full blast into this whole escalation bit until I get them to stop calling me. I mean, I'm in Tampa, Florida, and their offices are just that way, 2 hours. You know, I could fucking take an Uber there. I mean, it'd be expensive, but it can be done. 250 bucks. I can put my PayPal in the comments if anybody would like. So, this morning, they called me again. And I suppose I might not have even answered the phone because every time they do call, it comes up as a spam call because they've called so many times that I have every single number that they call from, like in my call logs, marked as spam anyway. So even though I can't call the numbers back, eventually they have so many that they use, and I have them all. So they called me this morning, and I decided to renew my campaign to see if I can get this to stop. I called some people. I tried to use some sugar, some empathy, tried to reach for that little bit of compassion and maybe human on the other end of that line. You know, I don't know how human those people are, but you know, I tried to just reach right inside that soul and say, if you're just any bit of a human inside of you, imagine if this was happening to you, huh? What if someone was calling you for 8 years, telling you, we're gonna call you till you buy a cruise. It don't matter what you're doing, we're gonna make your phone ring, huh? That's fucking great. You know, I think about that fucking CEO of United Healthcare. He's fucking walking down the street and some fucking guy came up and shot him in the back of the head. Point blank, basically, right? Because he was over fucking fighting for his medical care. He must have thought, I'm gonna fucking die anyway. Maybe I can solve this fucking problem. Shortly after that, I got United Healthcare. They treat me really well. I can't complain about them. I would never do anything to that company. I mean, God bless them with all I can. They've done so much for me. I've just basically spent the last 2 weeks in the hospital. I mean, I've still got this huge bruise here. It's getting all kinds of work done on me. I'm not in great shape at the moment, but I just thought I'd make this video. I don't really know if I got much more to say about this issue. They say I talked too much already. And I think maybe my hope is that somebody in Margaritaville at Cruise will see this. Maybe somebody in that company will see this. I mean, I know it's a shitty company. I see the reviews. Good Lord. You see that food? I mean, hospital food is bad, but I think hospital food is better than fucking Margaritaville food, right? Yeah, yeah, for sure. And maybe you see, and maybe you think, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it is worth it. I know that every time I'm called, the person calling me is being watched. He's being watched. He's being put through a test to see how he handles my call. The boss is sitting there listening on the phone. I know every single time. They know who I am. They hear the name Gary. They know who I am. I'm not Gary. My name's Lance. They think I'm Gary. Right? Yeah. That's what it is. You think I'm Gary. Get mad. There must be some piece of humanity inside of you to say, we have a big enough company. There's 350 million people in this country. Call someone else. Stop fucking calling me. I'm not going on the fucking cruise. I'll never go on a cruise. And I'll never go on a Margaritaville cruise. I'm not here to reveal you the boat. There's plenty of people doing that. The smells in the room, the food. You can smell that shit through the screen. It's so bad. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Listen, we made a new channel. Dash Strikes. That's where all our shit goes these days. That's what we do. This channel is just for this shit like this right here. I can make this video, get up on YouTube. I've had this account for years and years. I do all kinds of stupid stuff. It's screwed and broken. It doesn't go in the algorithm, but you could hit the like button. You could share with a friend. You could comment below. Maybe that'd change it. I don't really care if it does. I made this video for myself and that fucking boss at Margaritaville. And then down the road, should escalation occur, maybe this will be a little bit of a record, right? So, hit the like button. You ain't got to hit that subscribe button. I don't care. You go over to Dash Strikes and hit that subscribe button. You watch this little girl do what she does best. Yeah, that's all I got to say for now. Maybe I'll be back. I'm sure I'll be back to say something more. They say I never shut up, so get lost.